Warzone's a damn good game. It's full of stuff that people absolutely love. However, it's also not perfect. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on gameranx, 10 things players hate about Warzone. At number 10, rooftop snipers. Sure, there's a bunch of stuff in Warzone that makes people less likely to just hole up in a house and wait out the match, but there's plenty of campers. It's not like they don't exist, and they just seem to come specifically in the sniper variety. And it's probably because there's a ton of really tall buildings and rooftops to hide on in Warzone. Sure, you could use airstrikes to try to clear them out, but that's a trick that only works a couple times. Like, they're not dumb, there are other people on the other end of the game. And as people play the game more, they know how to react when an airstrike warning appears, which is, get off the roof. The worst thing is that they're usually pretty bad. Warzone has a pretty busy map without a lot of just empty space in it, so there's tons of opportunities to lose line of sight with snipers. Still, they keep on doing it. And every once in a while you get one of them who's just like insanely good. They're the absolute worst, because it's no fun to die in a split second to someone you can't even see. I mean, it's great if you're the sniper, it feels super cool, but if you're the one getting sniped, it sucks. Rooftop snipers are the bane of the ground war, and they're really annoying in Warzone. At number 9 is the not so sneaky teammates. So let's say you're sneaking up on a building, you know there's some dudes hiding in there, and you've got them. You just have to go in quiet, tiptoe in, wait till the appropriate moment and make your move, and before you can, your teammate busts through the nearest window and lets everyone on the enemy team know exactly where you are. It's so easy to be quiet in this game. All you have to do is not fire your gun, don't bash through doors, and oh yeah, don't jump through every window, you see? And a little noise can be the difference between taking out the enemy easily or an entire team wipe. So if it looks like your team is going in for the stealthy approach, maybe just follow their lead. I mean, there's a reason they're doing it. It's because they think that that's going to actually work. And a lot of the time, it does actually work. So take your cues, folks. At number 8 is getting a pistol in the Gulag. Now, the Gulag is a fun concept. If you die, then you fight someone else in a little arena for the chance to escape. It's fun, but what sucks is when you get stuck with a crappy gun. The loadout you get for the Gulag fight is totally random. Sometimes it's alright, sometimes it's really bad. Like, really, really bad. And when the latter happens, you're not gonna be happy, win or lose. Getting a shotgun, for instance, is fine. It's easy to use in close quarters one-on-one, but when you get a pistol, all bets are off. You're gonna need decent aim and a steady hand if you want to get out of the Gulag, and a lot of the time you're just frazzled because, crap, I got the pistol. What am I gonna do? Most of the time when you get a pistol, it's better just run at someone and try to melee them to death than actually use it, because you'll probably have a better chance of winning if you do that. Gulag plus pistol equals bad. It's just not a convenient weapon to have in that specific situation. And when you randomly get assigned one for it, it's basically like, the other person has a much better chance than me. At number 7, when your team splits up at the drop. So you set a waypoint, you're ready to go, you drop in, and your other teammates go in random directions. Thanks, guys. Yeah, sure, you can get by fine on your own. But if you run into a team of 3 other dudes who are, not scurrying in opposing directions at the drop, you're basically screwed. Because we all know what happens when everyone splits up. Most likely you'll be running around and you'll get that little notification, teammate down, because of course they split up and got killed almost instantly. At the end of the day, the team that works together is going to be the one that wins. When you split up, don't help each other out, revive each other, you're not going to do that well. Frankly, it's a team game. Like I said, you're alone and you encounter that other team that works together even slightly, you're done. You can't beat 3 people who are reviving each other and ensuring that they are not all dead at any given moment. That's 3 guns versus 1. At number 6, people quitting after dying in the Gulag. Like the team that wants to revive you. Like, just because you died in the Gulag doesn't mean you're never coming back. You can still be revived. Your team, if they're working together, knows that you're there and wants to bring you back because you would be useful for them too. Your team has plenty of money. They want to bring you back, but you just quit, and now they're stuck with one less man when they could have had a full team. The problem goes both ways, too. Sometimes you're in a team swimming with cash and they just refuse to use any of it for any reason, so if you die in the gulag, you're just basically forced to wait the rest of the match out, hoping maybe they'll revive you. And remember, it is a battle royale, so it could be a long time before the match ends. The real problem is there's no way to tell your fallen teammate that you plan to revive them. You can request to revive, but that's pretty easy to ignore. If your team could tell you they're going to bring you back, it would be a lot safer to assume they're going to at least try to revive you. It sucks when your teammates quit on you when you're planning on reviving them. Like, wear a headset so you can communicate, or at least be a little patient. At number 5, the Gulag Punchers. This is a basic one. You die and you're stuck spectating in the gulag. You maybe watch the match happening below you, you can throw rocks, and oh yeah, you can punch. Yeah, it's funny to punch someone a few times and move on, but the people that just stand right beside you and keep punching are super freaking annoying. Like, maybe that's even a bit of an understatement. Like, I'm just trying to watch the damn match. Some gamers just can't even help themselves. It's that they can't not grief, if there is some way to grief. At the end of the day, it's not the most annoying thing. You're only going to be spectating for less than a minute tops, but still, it's simple, it's stupid, and after a few dozen games, it gets really old. Anyways, if you really want to annoy someone in the gulag, the cool kids just tag them instead. And if they come back to life, they'll be a lot easier to see, too. Moving on to number 4, hardened soldiers that cannot climb tiny rocks. I think I don't even need to explain this one. I'll bet you anything you know exactly what I mean. Sometimes you're running around a map. You'll run into things that look like they should be pretty easy to climb, but you can't climb them, like small boxes or little rock outcroppings. If this were real life, you would have no trouble getting over them. But here in Warzone, it's a nope. You gotta go all the way around that hill instead of easily climbing up it. It's especially annoying when you're in the last circle and stuff like this effectively traps you in a terrible position too. Like, look at some of these soldier models you can play as. I think these guys could probably climb a 2-foot rock. Or you know what? Forget climbing, like stepping on it. I'll bet they could step on a 2-foot rock and not really even notice it if it was real life. Like if you're walking through the woods, you've walked through the woods before, right? You know that the ground isn't level, right? And yet you're not like, oh, there's a rock, I better climb up it. You'd literally just step on stuff. I mean, this isn't exclusive to this game by any means, but it's one of those absolutely nutso things that just gets on my nerves immediately, and Warzone is a game that has it pretty prominently. At number 3, the variety in loot, or rather, the lack thereof. One of the biggest complaints about the Battle Royale mode is the paltry loot you can get. Yes, it's very nice that it doesn't get too complicated, but after a few games, you're going to start seeing a lot of the same damn things. Same damn guns, same damn items. That stuff pops up and you're like, oh, I don't need that. I don't want that. It's the same thing. What, you don't want an MG32? Well, that's going to be a problem because that's the gun you're going to get. The majority of the time anyways. Otherwise, just same old scars. The one-pump action shotgun you always get. MP7s, and that's about it. A lot of the rarer guns aren't even that great, with weird attachments you never put on the gun if you were playing multiplayer. And another thing that's missing, no attachments, no perks. You can find nothing. For accessories, just a few different grenades, 1 or 2 kill streak abilities, a gas mask, armor, money. That's about it. Pretty much all there is. People moving from Blackout to this are in for a rude awakening as far as the amount of different stuff you can get, because there is not much different stuff you can get. It's just extremely limited. At number 2, people third-partying a firefight. Because of how noise works in this game, it's pretty easy for people to find someone if they hear the firing of a gun. There's nothing more annoying than getting into an intense firefight with the other team only for some other team to blunder in because they followed the gunshots on their radar and just mop the floor with everyone who's left. Sure, that's part of the danger of getting into a fight, but still, it really sucks when it happens to you. I mean, it is a battle royale, it is a battlefield, people are looking to take advantage of anything they can, but let's say you win a firefight and you're just in the process of reviving everybody, you're vulnerable. It's part of the game, but it sucks. And finally, at number 1, the Loadout Crate. Probably the most divisive thing in Warzone. Some people absolutely hate the Loadout Crate, some people think it's a great addition. For the people who hate it, they just think it turns the mode into a large-scale deathmatch instead of a battle royale. For those people who like it, well, that's kind of exactly what they like about it. They don't like dealing with the random loot and luck you get in most battle royale games. It's kind of the conflict between these two groups of people that makes the Loadout Crate so annoying. Because you could get a team with people who think different things about the Loadout Crate. Either way, it can't be denied that the Loadout Crate's incredibly powerful. You buy it at a buy station, you can bring your own custom loadouts into multiplayer. Everything carries over, even your perks. That's the only way to access a lot of the best weapons in Modern Warfare, so if you generally want to do well in Warzone, you're probably going to be relying on these loadout drops. This one's a fundamental design decision that you're either going to be on board with or you're just not going to like. The price of a Loadout Crate will probably change. Honestly, it's a little too cheap for how useful it is, but there's no way they're going to take it out. It's just too integral to the game they designed. With how little variety there is in the random gun drops and the prominence of these Loadout Crates, a lot of the Battle Royale people who like the feast or famine that most Battle Royale games are all about feel a bit left in the cold. Understandably so, I'd say. Unless they put in a new game mode or something without these crates, there's just going to be a lot of people who won't and don't like how Warzone plays because of this specifically. But what do you think? Leave us a comment on any of this stuff. We are super interested in your opinions on this. Warzone's a great game, and we don't want to get too harsh on it. Leave us a comment, let us know. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week, and the best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription. So click subscribe. Don't forget to enable all notifications. As always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter at FalconTheHero, and we'll see you next time right here on gameranx.